Have you ever wondered why, despite your best efforts, your self-improvement journey seems to be stuck in a rut? It's a question that has puzzled many, and today, we're going to unravel the mystery. The path to self-improvement is fraught with hidden pitfalls that can derail even the most dedicated individuals. Often these are common mistakes that, once identified, can be easily rectified. In this video, we will shine a light on 8 such mistakes that could be impeding your progress. We're talking about over-ambition, unrealistic expectations, information overload, inconsistency, neglecting evaluation, focusing solely on the end result, eliminating joy, and harsh self-criticism. Recognizing these pitfalls is the first step towards overcoming them. So, prepare to reassess your approach as we delve into each mistake, understand why it hampers progress, and explore practical solutions to overcome them. Let's dive right in and uncover these self-improvement mistakes and their solutions. The first roadblock that many face is over-ambition. Picture this: a person, eager for transformation, tries to overhaul their entire life overnight. They're gunning for a promotion, learning a new language, training for a marathon, and aiming to read 2 books per week, all at the same time. It's admirable, yes, but it's also a recipe for burnout. This zeal to improve everything simultaneously can lead to frustration, exhaustion, and ultimately, a sense of failure. But there's a solution: prioritization. Instead of trying to tackle all goals at once, it's far more effective to prioritize and address them in smaller, manageable steps. Concentrate on one area at a time, whether that's physical health, career progression, or personal development. By breaking down these ambitious goals into digestible tasks, the journey to self-improvement becomes less overwhelming and more achievable. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. Next up, we have the pitfall of unrealistic expectations. Picture an eager marathon runner who, despite having never run more than a mile, sets a goal to finish a marathon in under 3 hours. He trains relentlessly, pushing himself beyond his limits, only to fall short on race day. This scenario paints a vivid picture of how setting goals beyond one's capabilities can lead to disappointment and dwindling motivation. Yet this doesn't mean that we should shy away from challenges. The key is to ensure that your goals are challenging, yet attainable and realistic. A better approach for our marathon runner would be aiming to simply finish the race. Once that's achieved, he could then work on improving his time in subsequent races. This method of setting goals keeps motivation high and disappointment at bay. After all, self-improvement is about progress, not perfection. Your goals should stretch you, not stress you. Our third self-improvement mistake is falling into the trap of information overload. Picture this: you're an avid reader, devouring self-help book after self-help book, scrolling through endless articles and binge-watching motivational videos. It feels like progress, doesn't it? You're gathering all this knowledge, you're learning new things. But the truth is, without application, this accumulation of information becomes a false sense of progress. Think of it as a toolbox. You can have all the tools in the world, but if you don't know how to use them, they're just taking up space. It's essential to focus on key strategies that resonate with you and actively implement them into your life. Don't just collect the tools, use them, build something, create change. Remember, it's not about the quantity of information, it's about the quality of implementation. Knowledge is power, but only when put into practice. Moving on, let's tackle the issue of inconsistency. Picture this: a person embarks on a self-improvement journey with great enthusiasm. They start reading books, attending seminars, and setting goals. But as time passes, their efforts become sporadic. One day they're fully committed, the next day not so much. They're inconsistent, and the result? Little to no progress. This is a common pitfall on the path of self-improvement. Now let's flip the script. What if they approached their journey differently? What if they established regular practices and routines? Imagine them dedicating a set time each day to their self-improvement activities, consistently applying what they learn, steadily working towards their goals. This consistency would build a strong foundation for continuous improvement. It's the difference between sporadic enthusiasm and sustained growth. In the end, the morale of the story is clear. Consistency is key in the journey of self-improvement. Our next self-improvement mistake is neglecting evaluation. Picture a gardener who plants seeds but never checks on their growth. They water and fertilize the soil, but without evaluating the plant's progress, they may be nurturing a barren patch. The same can happen with our self-improvement efforts. When we don't take time to evaluate our strategies, we risk pouring energy into ineffective methods. We might be running on a treadmill, sweating and panting, but going nowhere. Assessment is not about judgment, it's a compass, pointing us in the right direction. The solution? Regular reflection and adjustment. Consider it a pit stop in your journey where you assess your progress, refuel, and recalibrate if necessary. Reflect on what's working and what's not. Adjust your strategies to align with your goals and desired outcomes. Remember, the journey of self-improvement is not a straight path. It's a winding road that requires constant navigation. Evaluation is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Another common pitfall is focusing solely on the end result. Picture a marathon runner, eyes fixed on the finish line, ignoring the scenery, the cheering crowd, the exhilarating feeling of each stride. This runner is so consumed by the idea of crossing that line that they miss out on the beauty and joy of the race itself. This is a metaphor for those of us who are so fixated on our goals that we forget to appreciate the journey. But here's the secret to avoiding this pitfall. Cherish each step and accomplishment along the way. Revel in the small victories, the lessons learned, the personal growth. These are the milestones that enrich our journey of self-improvement. They give us the motivation to keep going, the resilience to overcome obstacles, and the joy of knowing that we are making progress, however incremental it may be. Remember, enjoy the journey, not just the destination. Let's talk about the mistake of eliminating joy in the name of self-improvement. Picture this. A passionate violinist determined to improve her productivity decides to abandon her beloved instrument. She trades the sweet melodies for more hours at the desk. The immediate result? A marginal increase in productivity. However, over time, she starts feeling drained, unfulfilled, and ultimately, burnt out. It's a common misconception that self-improvement means abandoning all that brings us joy. But in reality, it's about creating a balance. Life is not merely about achieving, it's also about experiencing joy, relaxation, and fulfillment. So, what could our violinist have done differently? Simply, she could have incorporated her love for music into her schedule. This would have offered her the much-needed relaxation and kept her motivated. Remember, self-improvement is about enhancing your life, not stripping it of joy. Self-improvement doesn't mean eliminating joy. Last but not least, we have harsh self-criticism. Let's delve into a story, a tale of an individual who was often overly critical of themselves whenever they encountered setbacks. This individual, let's call them Alex, was journeying through the path of self-improvement. However, Alex's progress was hindered by their harsh self-criticism. Every setback, every stumble was met with a barrage of self-deprecating thoughts. It was like trying to climb a mountain while relentlessly throwing rocks at oneself. But here lies the solution: practicing self-compassion. Self-compassion is acknowledging that challenges, setbacks, and failures are a part of the human experience. It's about understanding that everyone stumbles, everyone falls, but it's the courage to get back up that truly matters. Alex learned to be kinder to themselves, to acknowledge their efforts, and to treat setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than failures. So remember, be kind to yourself on your self-improvement journey, because every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. In conclusion, the journey of self-improvement is not a straight path. It's a winding road filled with challenges and triumphs. Along this road, it's essential to remember the common pitfalls we've discussed: overambition, unrealistic expectations, information overload, inconsistency, neglecting evaluation, end result focus, eliminating joy, and harsh self-criticism. Each of these obstacles has a solution: prioritizing goals, setting realistic expectations, implementing key strategies, establishing regular practices, reflecting on strategies, valuing the journey, incorporating joy, and practicing self-compassion are all ways to navigate this winding path. The essence of self-improvement is adopting a balanced, realistic, and compassionate approach. It's about understanding that growth is a process, and that this process should be enjoyed. It's about recognizing that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities to learn and adapt. Remember, the journey of self-improvement is about progress, not perfection. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content.